Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the very, very impromptu live stream. As it appears, we have some new news with the BBC presenter, and it appears that the BBC and the gentleman in question, who still will remain nameless because we're not allowed to name him under the new law that was passed in 2022. It has now come forward, just breaking news just recently, in about the last 20 minutes or half an hour. The young person in question now has a lawyer. And they're now saying that what their parents said was wrong and it's all a lie. That the son shouldn't have pushed anything out, and that now this throws a spanner in the works. Why a 20-year-old person would have a lawyer conveniently for this, who knows? Remembering that this is the person who's supposed to have a crack cocaine addiction and was paid up to £35,000, of which the son and the parents have proof that these payments were made. So now we have the young person at the centre of this, neither named either a boy or a girl, no one knows at this present moment in time, has now got a lawyer, and we're to believe that it's all made up because she or he has been paid money by the BBC. So that now throws a bit of a spanner in the works for everything else, because now, of course, it's now he said, she said. The Sun has come out and defended the article, which this person's lawyer, which they've suddenly got, mm, has come out and said that's all falsehoods. It never happened. It never did, even though the parents have evidence to support that that's what happened. So now what we have is somebody who's now 20 years old, remember, ladies and gentlemen, remembering that they were 17 when this occurred, which would therefore make it a criminal offence, has now come up with a lawyer and said it's all a load of rubbish. It's been buried, ladies and gentlemen. This is being swept under the carpet. Nothing's going to happen. This is the way they've got round it. And why would you believe the words of somebody who said it didn't happen after being paid a sum of £35,000 by the same person is now coming out and saying, "Oh, it never happened. It never happened. No, no, no. Mum and dad are lying. The son are lying. The evidence is rubbish. I'm telling the truth because it never happened." So now we have the problem that what's going to happen next? The police apparently have been in contact, and the BBC are passing on the information to the police. The police apparently said there's no investigation going on at all. There won't be. We'll have a look at it, but nothing's going to happen. The person who's involved is now saying it didn't happen. So what we're basically doing is we've paid off the person. Clearly, I mean, we've already had £35,000 of this presenter's money, and it's now going to be swept under the carpet. So, although we all pretty much know who it is, we're not allowed to say, obviously, but we all know who it is. We can't say anything, and it looks like wheels are in motion now to make sure that we never know who it is, and that this will never happen at all. This will be swept under the carpet, a blip in the thing. Now, some people will be saying, why can't they name? Well, apparently, I was completely unaware that a law had been passed in 2022, conveniently, that actually means that if somebody is charged or mentioned in these, they cannot be named for legal reasons. Shame we didn't protect people like Cliff Richard and Dave Lee Travis and Noel Clark and all the other people who've got named. But no, it's working now, conveniently. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the breaking news. It's just come out on GB News that the person, we do still not know whether it's a male or a female, it's youth, even though on Lorraine this morning someone said it was a she, but we don't know. Has now come out and said, with a lawyer, I wonder who's paying for that. Mind you, £35,000 you could. Has come out and said it's all bullshit. It's all lies. Nothing happened. They're all making it up, and the presenter's done nothing wrong. I know he's paying me £35,000, and he's probably paid me even more now to keep my mouth shut. And I'm sure he's also provided the lawyer to say that it's all true. So, if you're all expecting this presenter to be named, It ain't gonna happen. If you're gonna think that this is anything's gonna go further, it ain't gonna happen because this is the way they're gonna do it. They've got a lawyer now. They've lawyered up the youth, told the youth to say this, that, and the other. Will give you more money, remembering that this person has a crack cocaine addiction, and there you go. So it'll continue to roll on a bit, but the way it's looking now, I don't think anything else is going to happen. We're going to hear about it for a bit, but we're not going to get the person named. I mean, okay, social media's named it, and it pretty much is definitely that person. But he said, she said, now be interesting to see how this pans out. But as soon as they announced that they got a lawyer for the person, and they're saying it's bullshit, the BBC are paying to sweep this under the carpet. Allegedly, I have to say that just in case. But that's what it looks like to me. So that's why you're not going to know anything. Interesting turn of events, one would say. Be interesting to find out who paid for all this. Any case, that was all I was coming on to say, that things have changed. A new spanner in the works is done, and it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. All the fun. Well, at least it gives us all something to talk about, and I'm sure Philip Schofield's loving every single minute of this because, well, not talking about him now, are we anymore? Yeah, good evening. The whole thing doesn't add up to me. Well, the whole thing's a bit weird, any case. But now we have a lawyer, and the youth saying it didn't happen. The one that got paid £35,000. Guess we're going to have to take their word for it. Madness. The whole thing is just sheer madness. But now this is happening, I'm convinced you're not going to hear. You're not going to find out now. You're not going to find out. It's going to be a he said, she said, and it's under the carpet. And they'll find something else to be talking about in the next 10 minutes. So, interesting times. Obviously, it gives us on YouTube something to talk about, even though we're sort of tied with what we can and can't say. But, you know, there you go. Interesting. Interesting to see how it where sort of all pans out. Any case, only a quick one just to sort of throw that out because I've literally just seen it come up on GB News. That the youth now has a lawyer and is swearing blind that it never happened, even though apparently there's evidence. Going to be interesting to see how this one pans out, and I'm sure we'll be discussing it a later date and throughout the next few days. But yeah, it is interesting. It is a bit weird, and it's amazing how quickly the BBC apparently are now sorting things out. We're dealing with it with due diligence, and we're protecting this person, and then all of a sudden the youth comes out with a lawyer and goes, "It's all not true." Any case, that's me. I'm done. Thanks very much for tuning in. For those of you who did, thank you for future 2000. Sorry, 2,500 for that comment. I agree. Things are definitely taking a very turn for the strangeness now. Definitely. So, any case, social media is up above. Remember, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. And I shall look forward to catching you hopefully in another one. If it's not about this, don't forget, obviously, this Friday it'll be not why we love Doctor Who, and we'll be doing our Cybermen thing. But I'm sure there'll be more videos. There are a couple more coming up on my channel. One's processing right now about this, and we'll just have to see how it pans out. So, as I close it, if you're just catching on or just tuned in, youth has lawyer. Youth says shit didn't happen, and there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.